Hi, I'm Pippa Chabalala and welcome to Glitched Episode 2. Now we are at the Nexus in Joburg and there is so much happening on this week's episode. We have a full review of Nintendo's latest masterpiece, Super Mario Odyssey. We attend MWEB's free-for-all soccer tournament in Cape Town, and we also have a pretty awesome Assassin's Creed Origin review. Best of all, we raid the Gigabyte Experience Room here at the Nexus to push two of their best gaming laptops to the limit by running Destiny 2. Now we also have an awesome Assassin's Creed hamper to give away this week. All you need to do is look for the glitch somewhere in this episode, find it and make your voice heard across social media with the hashtag glitched, or comment on this video and you will go into the draw to win a copy of the game on Xbox One, as well as some pretty awesome goodies. Now the Nexus and Gigabyte are also giving away a great gaming hamper. Stay tuned at the end of this for more details on how to win. First up, of course, check out our review of what we guarantee you will be Nintendo's next big hit. Bowser is up to his no-good tricks again in Super Mario Odyssey, and this time he wants to marry poor Princess Peach. With his new friend Cappy, a ghost with the ability to possess absolutely anything, Mario sets off on an adventure across the globe to stop Bowser and spoil his wedding plans. Super Mario Odyssey packs everything we love about our favorite Italian plumber into a game that not only looks fantastic on the Switch, but also takes you across 15 awesome kingdoms, each with their own unique look and feel. The Sand Kingdom is a frozen desert that is home to adorable Mexican creatures that dance around with maracas. The Metro Kingdom is a real-world place with humans, music, and a lot of taxis. And the Wood Kingdom is a forest that houses a T-Rex, robots, and a powerful boss that wants to steal all the population's flowers. Mario and Cappy work in tandem as they explore each world. Cappy can take over an enemy and Mario can control it as if it was a playable character. This means Mario can throw his cap onto one of many creatures in each kingdom and take control of each of them using its ability and completing the puzzles and levels. A T-Rex can smash through objects and stomp on enemies. Frogs can leap way above natural jumping distance. Bullet Bill can shoot into the distance at high speeds. And Cheep Cheep can do what fish do best, swim and not run out of oxygen. Mario uses these abilities to get through the challenges awaiting him in each kingdom. It was really awesome to finally gain control over these enemies and not just defeat them as has been the pattern in previous Mario games. The entire game revolves around Cappy, Mario, and their ship the Odyssey, which needs a specific number of moons to power up each time they enter a new kingdom. These moons are the driving force in the game and they will keep you busy as you try to find all 500 of them across the entire planet. Be it by killing a boss or getting through the classic 16-bit inspired mini-levels that see Mario transform into a classic image of himself to get to the end, these moons are everywhere. Cappy and Mario are also a force to be reckoned with as they team up not only by capturing enemies, but also in normal attacks and general navigation. Tossing his hat into the distance and holding it there will let Mario use it as a launch pad, and Cappy's various attack styles keep the enemies at bay thanks to Mario's ability to toss it at enemies as an attack move. You can even spin him around Mario for a stronger attack. But it is the sheer amount of charm and personality found in Mario Odyssey that makes it so very enjoyable. Every little piece of each land in the game has been carefully crafted to resonate as part of the kingdoms, and every soundtrack sounds as if it belongs. Be it the jungle beat as you explore the Lost Kingdom, or the metropolitan bustle as you climb up every building in the Metro Kingdom. Nintendo has put a great deal of love and attention into bringing the best Mario game to us in the most stylish way possible. Mario Odyssey is one of the most stunning and exciting adventures on the Switch to date. There are 50 creatures and objects to capture and control across the game's 15-hour campaign, not to mention the 500 moons you can go back and collect once you've reached the end of the game. Every Switch owner needs to play this latest Mario adventure. If for some bizarre reason you don't own a Switch, don't you think it's time you got one? We give Super Mario Odyssey a perfect 10 out of 10. Yes, we loved it that much. So if you haven't already got yourself a Switch and a copy of Odyssey, I think I know what you should be asking Santa for. Anyway, moving on, last weekend MWEB hosted a soccer tournament down in Cape Town. Of course, our Cape Town correspondent was there to cover it. Check out what went down. Last weekend, MWEB Game Zone hosted the PlayStation soccer tournament at the MWEB offices in Cape Town.
Hi, so I'm Derek. I'm the product manager for Game Zone. I look after Game Zone here at MWEB. We focus on both the server side of things, we look after the Game Zone website, and also the YouTube channel and social channels as well. The idea that we have for gaming is to grow both the players and all the audience as well. That's why we're having this event today. It's the FIFA PlayStation event. We're playing FIFA here at the PlayStation event. FIFA is quite a community-driven game, and we thought it's ideal, especially to play it on the PlayStation console and platforms, and just to kind of have both players and professionals and non-professionals kind of compete in the same playing field. And we think it's a good idea to just grow the audience and keep that kind of growth continuing. We have got few more things up our sleeve for this year. We've got 2 more events coming up in November and in December. We've got the Beach Channel, which is currently this show, and then we also have a few other things coming up once we have our new venue. So look out for more news. Follow us on gamezone.co.za. That's where most of our news will be available for upcoming shows.
There were some awesome cash prizes as well as the official soccer balls from Puma, special copies of the FIFA game from PlayStation, and Take-A-Lot vouchers. The event was packed with passionate FIFA fans from all over Cape Town who put their skills to the test, the best of them walking away with fantastic prizes.
Hey, what is up everybody? My name's Nick Holden, and we've come to an end here at the MWEB Game Zone PlayStation ZA tournament for today. It's been a long day of activities, and we had our final 2 winners. Of course, it's Ryan as well as Mubin. You guys had a good match, starting things off. Ryan, from your side, you must have felt really stoked getting into that one, getting the first goal of the game. I mean, what went wrong essentially for you?
No, I think second half I just started getting a little impatient, started reading the low-driven passes, so he started getting on top of me, defending with a high line. So I think in the second half definitely outplayed me. So.
And then from the other side, Moby, when you went 1-0 down initially, what were your thoughts? Did you think you were going to have an uphill struggle? Of course, it's been the first tournament of the season for yourself.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, it's a new era of the game, and you obviously don't know what you're coming up against. So I really thought when I went 1-0 down, I thought it was going to be a really tough game. I just calmed down a little bit, just took my time with everything, and yeah, just it worked out for me in the end.
Thanks to the awesome team at ACGL for the help and PlayStation for sponsoring the great evening. are in the Gigabyte room testing out the Gigabyte Aero 15X and the Saber 17. Now, anyone who knows Marco knows he is a huge Destiny fan. I'm a noob in comparison. So who better to talk Destiny to and Gigabyte than the editor of MWEB GameZone? Now, he's playing Destiny 2 right now, and he's going to take us through all the settings and benchmark the game on these devices.
Okay, so we are here with the Saber 17, the Gigabyte Saber 17, the beautiful 1060, 6 gigs of RAM, and we're gonna try and get Destiny 2 to run at an optimal performance level. We're gonna see how high we can get the resolution, how high we can get the settings, and try and find like the best way to play it. If you're looking for 30 frames per second, which I don't know why you would, or you're looking for 60 FPS, how can we push the game? How far will it go? How will the hardware handle until it starts to buckle under pressure? It's pushing the game on maximum to 200% render resolution. So this is basically 4K rendered down to 1080p. I'm sure it's going to result in like a really cool picture. It's going to look really good, but I don't think frames wise it's going to work that well. So let's see, everything is on the highest it could possibly be on the game. We're running at 60 FPS, 4K super sample down to 1080p. Okay, right off the bat we have a 19 frames per second visual. It's really pretty to look at, but I wouldn't see why you would play the game like this. Unless you're just there for the visuals and not for the performance, then good luck to you. Next we're going to try out the highest possible settings. So we're going to try to push everything to max, but also lower down the render resolution to kind of see how high can the resolution be and what frames can we hit. I'm thinking that maybe 150%, so that's basically like a 2K output. Let's see what we get. Okay, so 30 FPS, which isn't bad. So we're running at a 2K super sample down to 1080p. Isn't bad. 30 frames per second is kind of like what I live with as a console peasant. It isn't that bad. I could play the game like this. It works well. It plays well with the mouse. The buttons are responsive. There's no screen tearing at all. Everything's still fluid. I could live like that, yeah. I'm going to push everything up now to max, highest possible level, but I'm going to take the render resolution down to 100%, which means basically 1080p on the laptop. The laptop is a 1080p display, so you wouldn't expect anything more from it. And let's see what we get. Okay, so the laptop, it manages a 60 FPS, solid 60 FPS. I'm just going to go into like a very busy gameplay area. I'm going to just shoot some guys and like mess some stuff up. I've got two snipers, don't ask why. I don't know what I'm doing with two snipers. Oh, it's a scout rifle, never mind. Yeah, even with explosions on screen and a lot of activity, a lot of particle effects, a lot of enemies, the game's holding up at a 60 FPS. Maxed out settings, 1080p. I'm quite impressed, I won't lie. It's very impressive. Guys, I think I'm in love. This Aero 15X is beautiful. It's a really, really thin laptop. It's got a beautiful bright display. It's perfect for gaming. It's almost borderless. There's very little outline on the screen. It's got a 1070 Max Q, 8 gigs of VRAM. It's very impressive. So if you don't know, Max Q is basically NVIDIA's tech that allows powerful graphics adapters to be much thinner, which allows for this device to almost be as a notebook that you would buy like for your handbag or something. It's so thin, it's so tiny. So this is everything on the highest texture quality, highest shadow quality, depth of field at the highest, environmental details, character details, everything super high. Okay, let's see. Okay, so on the Saber 17, we were hitting about a 16 frames per second on a 200% render resolution, and I must say, like the Aero 15 is getting 25 to 27 frames. It's almost 10 frames higher. I'm quite impressed by it, and it's almost even playable. I could play like this, considering the visuals are so beautiful. I would probably run around patrol with this because, I mean, there's no like specific raid mechanics that you need to handle or anything. It's just pretty to look at. So yeah, 4K resolution, super sample down to 1080p, results in a 25, even 27 frames per second. Okay, next we're going to go down to 150%. Okay, 150% ups the frames to 40. This isn't bad. It's quite smooth. It's definitely better than the console version. It's smoother. It's looking good as well. Very impressive. Okay, let's drop it down. We need to get that 60 FPS mark, and that's the most important thing right now. Okay, render resolution dropped down to 115. Okay, that is 52, 55 frames. It's getting there. So it seems like the only way you can get 60 FPS, which is running at just simple 1080p, higher settings, that's probably the best route right now for it. Let's just put it on 100. Yeah, so 100 render resolution results in 60 frames per second. Again, it's expected. But again, so we did see that the Aero 15X does have like a 20% boost in performance compared to the Saber 17, and that's probably because it's a GTX 1060 and this is a GTX 1070. And again, considering that Destiny is running at 60 FPS on the highest possible settings, it's beautiful. So we're done, guys. The Aero 15X, the Saber 17, both very powerful laptops. Destiny 2 looks gorgeous on both of them. Both of them can also run the game at highest graphical settings and keep 60 FPS without a problem. The Aero 15X obviously had a bit more power thanks to its GTX 1070 compared to the GTX 1060 found in the Saber 17. About 20-30% depending on render resolution and when you're lowering the graphics and all that. But the Saber 17, the fact that it's 60 FPS max settings is pretty impressive. The Saber 17 starts at 15.5 and the Aero 15X started 32,000. There's different models, so you could get the Saber 17 in a 1050 model. You could get the Aero 15X in a 1060 model. You can also get it without the Max Q. This is the Max Q design, so it's got a 1070 Max Q again. Smaller chip, thinner laptop, more money. But there is a 1050 and a 1060 model on the market as well. I highly recommend them. They are beautiful. I'm going to look at one as myself now because to play Destiny like portable is pretty cool. I hope you enjoyed it. If you are looking for more information on these two devices, do follow Gigabyte. The details are on the screen right now, and you can find more in the description below.
Going back to its roots is what Assassin's Creed Origins is all about. Refined combat, a simple story, and a seamless open world make it one of the most appealing entries in the series to date. The year off gave Ubisoft time to work on something great, and Assassin's Creed Origins is just that, a great comeback for the series. Starring Bayek, a magi who is a protector of the land and an overall good guy, he sets off on a mission to seek revenge for the death of a family member. The Order of the Ancients, later known as the Templars, are pulling the strings in ancient Egypt. And while they are responsible for the death of his son, they are also the ones behind history's most tragic events of its time. Ubisoft has done a great job reimagining these events by tying the Order into them. They sit behind history's greatest leaders and manipulate them into doing their dirty deeds. Bayek makes it his goal to slowly eliminate each member while setting his eyes on the mysterious leader known as the Snake. Assassin's Creed Origins is everything we love from the series and more. This massive open world is gorgeous, from the pyramids of Giza to the clean streets and marble pillars of Alexandria. The sheer amount of effort and attention to detail put into creating this massive land is a landmark for the series. As an assassin, Bayek is equipped with all sorts of tools and weapons that aid him throughout the adventure. Senu, his hawk, has replaced the game's iconic eagle vision and now flies ahead and scans for enemies and treasures. Senu can also track crafting materials and even spot landmarks that could be hidden behind hills and buildings. Bayek's tools are his most deadly weapons, with the iconic sleeper dart and smoke bomb returning, while also bringing in some new mechanics like the ability to poison dead enemies and use them as a trap when other unsuspecting guards pass by, and even a firebomb. Bayek is also the most versatile assassin to date, as he can wield a wide variety of weapons like spears, mallets, swords, and maces. All the weapons complement the brand new combat system that is very much inspired by the Witcher 3 series. Faster combat moves, quicker dodges, and all the tools combine together to make Bayek feel like a killing machine. No more parrying and Arkham-style counterattacks. The game has taken a heavy RPG route as Bayek can level up, craft new gear, unlock new skills, and gather weapons that have specific requirements but also host different buffs and rarities. It makes it feel more focused on character development as you craft a character build that suits you. There's so much to see and do in Egypt that you need a good month to truly experience it all. Every region is packed full of secret tombs, carriage racing, treasures, and so much more. The entire game also feels alive thanks to the variety of animals that inhabit the land. Hippos floating in the swamps, snakes hissing in the field, and hardy-dars screaming in the distance. Yeah, we can never escape those damn birds. Assassin's Creed Origins was a fantastic adventure that is sure to keep fans and newcomers of the series entertained for hours on end. It's a great comeback for the series and we cannot wait to see where it goes next. 9 out of 10.
Couldn't save Lily from the fire.
You didn't believe your wife. You refused to see. You can save her.
That psycho is still on the loose in here. And he's got Lily.
This chase has been entertaining. But even the greatest entertainments must come to an end.
Enough art school bullshit. Where is she?
We have the same goal, Sebastian. We can help each other. Join me.
Keep shooting until they're dead or we run out of ammo.
Once I have the power of the core, you will be truly free.
Are you all right?
Why wouldn't I be all right?
Now with Evil Within 2 out on the market and of course it being all about blood, what better way to expose the game than with a blood drive? The SA Blood Services set up shop at the Nexus and opened their donations to the public. We're with Chantal Wood, who is actually a veteran blood donor. Now Chantal, you often donate blood. Tell us who can donate blood and why it's so important.
Your preclusions for donating blood are fairly simple. You can't be under 50 kgs. You need to be between 16 and 65. You must have generally good health. Pre-existing medical conditions such as leukemia or diabetes would preclude you, and certain antibiotics and medication. All the information is available on the SANBS website.
Of course, I wouldn't be able to get tattoos because I wouldn't be able to donate blood because I have had tattoos in the last 6 months, and it's tattoos, piercings,
and any surgical procedures.
Of course, yeah, and so that's within the last 6 months. Now, it's particularly important in South Africa. We have a blood shortage. But why is it so important that people do donate blood?
Currently in South Africa, the active population, only 1% donate blood. One donation can save up to 3 lives. This blood is not only used for trauma victims, but also for...
vampires.
No, not quite what I had in mind, but people with leukemia or people with blood disorders, that also assists.
And now, obviously, I don't know how many people actually know their blood type, so I'm O positive. O positive, if I remember correctly, is one of the most common. You can donate to any positive blood type, yes?
Yes, correct. I'm also O positive. The rarest blood types, we are told by the friendly staff here, are AB negative and O negative. O negative being the most important as it's universal. Anyone can take a donation from an O negative person.
So if you are O negative, then I would strongly encourage you to be donating blood. So thank you very much. So Chantal is going to be donating blood today. I have had tattoos within the last 6 months, so I won't be, but hopefully next time, and make sure you do as well.
Thanks.
Now before we go, competition roundup time. Now we mentioned earlier that Gigabyte and the Nexus were giving away a Gigabyte hamper with a Gigabyte gaming mouse, a laptop bag, a mouse pad, and a copy of either Wolfenstein 2 or The Evil Within 2 or Shadow of War. Now during the month of November, head to the Gigabyte Experience Room at the Nexus and take a selfie or a photo of your favorite gaming laptop on display and post it on social media with the hashtag Gigabyte. Also make sure you tag Gigabyte on Facebook or Twitter. Details are on the screen right now. And of course, if you spotted the glitch in this episode, make sure you comment on this video or let us know via social media using the hashtag glitched. And you could go into the draw to win an awesome Assassin's Creed Origins hamper. Competition closes on the 3rd of November. That's all from us. Tune in next time to Glitch, brought to you by MWEB Game Zone. See ya.